October had just like really nice weather, but I don't like these peppers are so fun looking. Maybe I will do some more next year. I guess I could pay attention to spacing and realize that these plants end up being like really big, but whatever. Also, can we appreciate this cover crop that's still going strong, the alyssum and the California poppies? There's so much dirt in my boot. I don't know if you can see. The Gomphrena that actually came up is absolutely wonderful. Here, wait, I'll go pick one. To whatever video that I watched that suggested this one, this is brilliant. I've been thinking a lot about drying flowers, and this is absolutely perfect. It's kind of like a straw flower in texture. I don't know if you can hear that. It's not soft at all. It's very hard, but these ones are the strawberry looking ones, and they just make a bouquet pop. I'm telling you what, I have made several of my most favorite bouquets just this month using Gomphrena. Like, throwing in all of the zinnias and stuff, like those are magnificent, and then you throw these in and then people are like, ooh, well, what are those? And that's exactly what I want for a bouquet. I want people to go, ooh, that's different. I like that. So thank you to whomever of a video that I watched back in January. Top 5 flowers, and it was like sunflowers, number 1, then zinnias, dahlias, Gomphrena, and there was one other one. Can't remember, but that's okay. But I only had like 1 plant pop up, so I've ordered more for next year. Cross my fingers that germination just doesn't suck as much as it did this year. I'm not going to tell you how long this just took me. Maybe close to an hour. Just for some reason. So the rollers on the greenhouse are designed in that you roll them up on one end and all the way along the poly comes up. But there was an issue at the back end where it was looping up like that, and so it wasn't coming up in a straight line, it was crooked. So I was trying to fix that, and it turned out that at some point half of it had rolled the other way, and then just a little bit down the other way had rolled the other way. And it took me way too long to fix that. So I just finished fixing the rollers on this side, and now they are super duper straight. Yeehaw. Okay. And then I came in the greenhouse and I was like, oh, I'll just do like one more itty bitty job, right? So we are pulling up the pepper plants. Now, I had so much fun growing these pepper plants. Were they completely successful? No. I think out of my 27 jalapeno plants, 3 of them actually produced. The rest of them just perished. But my beaver dam peppers were great, but I was disappointed with them. So next year, I've got some fun ones that I'm going to be doing. I've got those coming in the mail. I'll show them as soon as I've got them. But we are currently pulling up these pepper plants, and I'm just thinking, like, I'm getting my last crop of them, which is great. Actually, I got a couple jalapenos too, which is not bad. But I also wanted to be like how frustrating it is, oh look, something ate that one, that these plants look absolutely gorgeous now. It's like mid-October. All right, we're gonna get some more peppers. Look at this one. Yeah. And this is the status. I'm about to get rid of all of those sunflowers that got trampled. The Nicotiana is still going strong. It can seed itself. That's fine. I love it. The cornflowers had fun. I put them all down. The idea is that this is going to kind of create a cover crop and they're going to self-seed, and then I'm not going to have to seed this patch again, and this is just always going to be the cornflowers. I've taken up the marigolds and pepper plants. I think we're going to get rid of the cosmos because they are just a little bit sad down here. But my golden hour are going strong. My unicorns are also going okay. However, I don't know if you can see this. They've got a bit of mold on them. But I have heard, I think I was told today, by Blossoming Joy, Kara. She was talking about how zinnias always get some sort of mold at this time of year. Then I've got my under the sea garden over there. These have been quite fun. Now, I think a couple people have talked about how their zinnias never gave any doubles. Is this a double? Because I'm getting quite a number of them. There's that one there, and there's these ones here, and these ones here. So I think I'm getting the doubles, but I'm not sure because I'm just not as well versed. October here in Canada means Thanksgiving, and we just had our Thanksgiving weekend, and it makes me want to thank everybody. I am so grateful for this entire year of experience growing flowers and pepper plants, which I've never done before, and to the scale that I did it and fill up like 90% of a greenhouse. But that's not without thanking so many people behind the scenes that I don't necessarily show because they either don't know that I have this vlog, or I just prefer to keep their privacy. If I forget anybody, I will pop on and film another day with some more thank yous. The number one big thank you has to go to my husband, John. He provides me with the time and the space in order to do something like this. I mean, it was his idea to get the automatic irrigation, which has been a game changer, and I wish I kind of had it sooner, but I'm going to be rocking next year. Let me tell you this, I can turn on my irrigation from my living room. Like, woo! And just his general support. Like, he was the one who told me to just go for it. Just try. See what happens. I'd also like to thank my parents, my mom especially, for she is the one who comes over and she plays with my kids while I am greenhousing, and she adores my bouquets that I make her, and I try to give her one at least weekly. Still going. She's been such a support. Same with my dad. Like, he loves the walkthroughs and the tours and gives me little tips of advice. I mean, he's the one who got me into gardening. Like, I was gardening as a kid because of him. So thank you to Dad. Oh, thank you to my daughter. Oh, I'm gonna get teared. Yeah, thank you to my daughter for chaos gardening with me. I have taught her to pick the marigold heads and sprinkle them everywhere, so that might come back and bite me. She's loved picking things. She loves the fact that I grow parsley. She eats that and dill all the time, and my son, for taste testing all of the dirt for me, making sure that it is, in fact, gritty. Thank you to him for his patience as well, because I would put him in a playpen, set a timer for 20 minutes, and he would play for 20 minutes, and then that would be it. And 20 minutes for a 1-year-old? Thank you. Thank you to the people who are watching my vlog, showing interest in what I'm doing, because I'm by no means an expert. It might just be the same person watching it over and over. In that case, like, thank you. And thank you to my friend Helen, who also enjoys my bouquets and is my garden chatting person. So she brings up things that I didn't know, and I hope the same. Massive thank you to the gentleman who put up my second greenhouse. They are going to be coming soon to put the poly on. That's exciting. A big thank you to the gentleman who put this greenhouse up. They have been absolutely wonderful. Thank you to my sister, Lynn, for reminding me that I did a lot. And that's to be proud of. Because we can get so in the weeds where I look around and I'm just like, this is a lot of weeds. But it's also a lot of flowers and it's a lot of vegetables, and like, I did what I could with the time that I had. So thank you, Lynn. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna get too creepy. Quick here garden update. As you can see, I've pulled out the peas and the squash. Those are all done. The flowers are still going strong even though we have had a frost. I've been harvesting as much as I can, but the thing that I have discovered with outside gardening here on the West Coast is that it's wet all the time. So it's a little harder to dry out the flowers for seeds. And we got a fun new toy. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's coming. So expect some footage soon of this. Here's something that's exciting. We got given a bunch of shelving units as well as a bunch of grow lights. So we are going to be on it about seedlings this coming up here. We've got this space. We've got an old portable classroom that we've sort of done a bit of work with. We've got a bathroom and an office in here. It's like, it's a little bit of the junk room right now, but we can definitely grow stuff. No, leave it. Okay, speaking of dangerous things, end of October, and we have the tomato patch. Now, the greenhouse protects from frost, and technically I could harvest some of these, but I think we're just mostly gonna let them go to rot, which is fine. Cucumbers are out now, and we're gonna go see if the zinnias have survived the frost. And if they have, then we might be able to pick some for a bouquet. Would be exciting. Oh, I think they're okay. couple more thank yous to get under the way. Thank you to my oldest sister and her family for child minding and then helping feed us. But then big shout out to my brother-in-law who has been watching my videos and sending me encouraging texts. So thank you. Also, thank you for a lot of help with the garden cleanup and just general yard work. Like, thank you. Thank you to John's parents and their incredible support that they've given, looking after kids while I get some things done. And to especially John's mom, who has so enjoyed my bouquets. She adores them, and I'm so happy to be able to provide her with simple joy of flowers. It's the whole point. Give people joy. Thank you to Megan, who has been my wisdom giver. She has so many years working with plants under her belt, and every little question I ask her, she has been so kind and so thoughtful and just encouraging. Like, we went to the nursery together and she walked me through buying perennials, and she is gonna help me how to prune my pear tree and my apple tree, and she's just been an absolute blessing to have come into my life at this exact year. Also, a thank you to Ben, who is one of John's friends from university, I think. And he was the one who basically engineered, calculated, figured out our entire irrigation system, and then came over a series of times to go and install the irrigation. His family also came over, and it was so wonderful to get to know his wife and hang out with her, and their two littles get along with our two littles. They're like the exact same age bracket as our kids, and it was just so cool to see kids interacting with each other. And like, what a cool thing that the pursuit of flowers has brought my husband's friend over with their family, and we got to bond a little bit more. A big thank you to my aunts. My aunts are both incredible green thumbs. They are the types of people that grow things that are beyond my wildest imagination. My Aunt Nancy, she is a florist, so she has been available for questions and suggestions of bouquet flowers, and she's giving me tips and tricks, and she's so excited for me, and I'm so excited to be sharing this with her. Her daughter as well is also a florist, and she's shown some interest in wanting to help me learn to make bouquets. So we'll hopefully get that done next year. And my Aunt Barbara, who has been also wonderful for tips and tricks and learning about certain plants and having recommendations on flowers and native species and all of that. So thank you to my green thumb aunts. And honestly, if I've missed anybody, I feel so bad. I tried to compile this list over a few days, and it's almost impossible to get everybody in on the thank yous. So if I missed you, thank you. Write me a comment, like the video, and in person we'll have a good chat, and I'll show you the next video. Please tell me why now my parsley patch is just absolutely thriving. So my parsley I planted as an idea for filler for a bouquet, and I didn't have any, and now I have some. So all of my timings for everything have been off. Let's talk about like the lessons that we learned. And the biggest lesson that I learned was that I had timing off of everything. So for example, the parsley filler is thriving now. My cornflowers and my baby's breath, those were all done right as my zinnias were starting. So I need to figure out next year, really crunch some numbers and figure out the timing so much better, because I want to be able to have continual blooms and continual things to choose from over the summer and into the fall. I don't really know how to close out this vlog with maybe with some footage of all of the incredible rain that we've had lately. The creek is now fully running again, so that's been wonderful, but it's been kind of torrential. So these guys, all my summer flowers are completely done. We've had our frost and they're all brown. And I'm doing something that I saw someone else doing, and she cut her plants down to the bottom bit but didn't pull the roots out, and the roots end up going back into the ground and decomposing and adding more nutrients to the soil. Never did figure out what this one was. This is half of one plant. It was supposed to be a miniature cosmos. Can't wait to start. You should call the police. Do you remember back in July when my cosmos were barely coming up and my zinnias were barely coming up? Some of us are just late bloomers.